Vandiazel back again with another card fight Vanguard deck profile. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. Let's get this one started. Today, we have Aqua Force, Tetra-drive. Okay, this deck, very fun playing, very fun building actually. This is the one deck where I didn't bother going like, it has to be all blue waves. If people want me to do it, I will make an all blue wave deck of this, but I was like, do I step out of the comfort zone for the first time in a while and go complete full try hard, rush attack, murder everything that I see move? Or do I go with the blue wave build? And by the sounds of this intro, you can tell which one I went with. Let's just say this, 10 attacks, first grade 3 turn. If they don't see a trigger, they're probably going to die to this. That's all I want to say. Anyways, let's go and get this one started because I'm actually excited about this one. First up, we have our starter, Blue Wave Recruit Kosty, one of the only 4 blue waves in this deck, and Tetra-drive is one of them. 6k base, 10k shield, grade 0 with boost. Auto when wrote upon, draw a card, then if your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 1 or greater, you get a quick shield ticket. So, you know, just a draw, and then you have the potential to get a quick shield in hand. So, nothing too special about it, and it's just a all-around good grade 0, and it's a blue wave, and I wanted to make part of this blue wave, so good kudos on this guy. Trigger-wise, we run 4 draws, we run 6 draws, 6 fronts. We have 2 Pyroxene Communication Sea Otter Soldier, 2 Dolphin Soldiers of High Raids, 4 Enemies Seeking Seagull Soldier, who for some reason Mandala hates, and 4 Emerald Shield Paschal. It's our draw PG, you know what they do. I prefer the 6 front, 6 draw type of thing, because if you play this deck like it's meant to, you're going to run out of hand cards very quickly. So the draws is very helpful to prevent that from happening. And the fronts, well, you know, in case they pull triggers, match trigger with trigger. That's what that is. And then we have our heal in active Draco kit, you know, just a standard heal. I chose this one because, hey, it looks cool. No heal guardians because I've said it before and I'll say it again. 10k base, 15k shield, vanillas after grade 3. Yeah, I don't need to explain any further. On to our grade 1s. First up, 3 copies of Light Signals Penguin Soldier. 8k base, 10k shield, grade 1 with boost. Act rear, rest it, and one of your units in the same column as it, get +5. Auto rear, when your other unit attacks, if it's the 4th battle of that turn or more, retire this unit and countercharge 1. Okay, you counterblast a decent amount in this deck, so you know, being able to countercharge at 4th battle, which you're guaranteed to hit in this deck. Like, regardless, as long as you have 3 hand cards, you're hitting 4 attacks in a turn if you're at grade 3. I just wanted that to be clear. And also, you know, being able to power up a rear guard just so it can get, you know, it might get less power out of the 8k because it won't be getting it'll just be getting 5k. But if the unit's going to restand and attack multiple times, it's better to get the 5k because it will have it all throughout the time, while Penguin Soldier will only give it the 8k once, especially if it's going to suicide after the 4th battle. So being able to have that ability is really nice, and I like Penguin Soldier for that, so 3 of, because he's really useful. 4 of Wheel Assault, 8k base, 10k shield, grade 1 with boost. Auto rear, at the end of the battle that it boosted, choose 2 of your rear guards and you may exchange their positions. And auto when wrote upon, counterblast 1, draw a card, and call a card from hand to rear. So easy when wrote upon skill, draw, get an extra attack out. I mean, granted, you're just getting a draw out of it and you're losing counterblast, but that's still fine. And you know, it says exchange their positions on the rear guards. It doesn't say they have to be in the same column or row. So you can take like your back center that might be a grade 3 and the unit that just attacked while this was boosting it, swap them around, boom. You have, I mean, granted, you may have just lost an interceptor. I'm not so sure what you're boosting. But hey, you got a grade 3 in the front row. Now that might be able to hit, so swing at Van. Really nice to have on Wheel Assault. Nice grade 1 to go with, 4 of. Next up, we have our last grade 1 and our new grade 1, Blue Wave Dragon, Propulsion Dragon. 8k base, 10k shield, grade 1 with boost. Auto rear, once per turn at the end of the battle that attacked a grade 2 or greater Vanguard. Counterblast 1, choose one of your back row rear guards and you may exchange its position with this unit. If you exchanged, stand it. So, pretty much what this thing does to an extent, but also it gets to maintain the boost. So, you know, swing, even if it pokes, counterblast, swap it, restand. If you go first with this deck, call it. If it's in your hand, call it. Because already it's 1k off from hitting a grade 2 or greater normal Vanguard. If you got power to the front row via some reason, it's going to hit, restand it, still has the 8k, and your other unit can attack. So that's 2 attacks in one column already. So, and then your Vanguard's a 3rd attack, and then you just need 1 more rear guard. Boom, you hit 4 attacks. Tetra-drive skill goes off for the first time. Yeah, this deck's really easy to hit 4 attacks. If you don't hit 4 attacks, you break and you refuse to call triggers. Genuinely. Call triggers. I promise you, you will not regret it. If you do what I did, you will not regret it. I mean, I didn't call triggers, but like, I was willing to call triggers, and that was the important bit. Like, I would have genuinely called triggers just to get the effect off, and that's the important part. But, Propulsion, really nice grade 1 to have, needs to be at field at all times, 4 of. Onto our grade 2s. There are a lot of grade 2s. This is Alt Mile. This is the Aqua Force version of Alt Mile. 3 copies of Terrific Coil Dragon. 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. Auto rear, once per turn. When stand by a card's ability, you may have this unit get +5 for the turn. Auto rear, when it attacks, if it is the first battle of that turn, Soul Blast 1 and stand it. So, you know, already, if it swings for first battle, gets to stand on attack, and then it will get the 5. So, even if the first attack, technically when it declares it, because it's on attack, Soul Blast, stand it, and it will get the 5 immediately, so that's a 14k swing during that attack, and it still has an attack to go. So, this thing and this thing can work in such combos because, I mean, granted, like, this has to be on a different column than it, but this can swing for 2 attacks, this makes 2 attacks as well, 4 attacks, Vanguard makes 5, so you probably go this thing, restand, this thing again, 2, Vanguard for 3, this thing swing, 4, skill, swap them around, and then your Vanguard restands, Vanguard swings for 5, this column again swings for 6, and you just need 1 more, and then you got 7. And that's only 2 columns, and you still haven't factored in the Excel gift yet. So already you get a lot out of just 2 units with the Tetra-drive skill. Like I said, deck is really easy to abuse the fuck out of. But 3 copies of Terrific Coil, because fuck yeah. 3 copies of Tidal Assault, who was in the time that I got the 10 attacks, and this is probably the thing that's going to end up in the Excel circle. By the way, like I said earlier, these 3 cards, you can already hit 7 attacks. I mean, yeah, technically, this thing can make you hit 8/9, but, you know, still a good card. Anyways, Tidal Assault, 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. Auto rear, once per turn, when attack, Soul Blast 1, stand it, and if it's the second battle of that turn or more, it loses 5k for the turn. So if it goes first, it doesn't lose 5, but if it goes second or more, it does lose the 5. You put it on the Excel gift, it just cancels out unless you're using Excel 1, then in that case, you're just going down to, you're just getting +5 instead of +10. But A, it's still a good ability regardless, because you can get multi-attack out for you for just the cost of a Soul Blast, so 3 of. I say this is more important than this guy, but if you end up with both of them on the field, I honestly say go with this one just so you can get more attacks out of it. Next up, we have 3 copies of Terrific Coil, our boy that will go to Soul. I mean, Coil Assault, what the fuck was I talking about? 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. I don't know why, but this has always been one of my favorite cards in terms of arts, mainly because of this. I don't know why I'm attached to this gun, but I am. So, that's the only reason why I care about this card. But anyways, continues rear. During the battle of the attack, if you have 4 or more of the units at rest, real easy to hit. Let this unit go last. Like, you don't need to worry about the rest of the attacks. If you have either this and this, or this and this, if you have any of these 3, if you have 2 of them on the board, you're fine. Like, if you have 2 of them on the board, just let the swing last and you'll be okay. But anyways, it gets +15 if 4 or more units are at rest, and that only works for the battle and attack, unfortunately, but you know, 24k swing. And auto rear, at the end of the turn, if the total number of attacks this turn are 4 or more, shift to soul, draw a card. Nothing special, just draw. But hey, you got a soul out, and you are guaranteed to get 4 or more attacks in this turn. Like I said earlier, really easy to do. If you don't, I'll be damned. 3 of, he's a nice grade 2. 3 of, tech card, you can do whatever you want with this. I chose to bring in Algos because, hey, I played the Trial deck for a while, and man, Algos carried it. And then I went to, I upgraded it, and Algos, he did still carry it, honestly. Not carry it, but, he still did his part. Algos pulled his weight, so Algos gets to stay in this Tetra-drive build, one way or another. I don't care who you are, Algos. Guy, I'm telling you, Algos, just run him at least at 1. He pulls his weight, I promise you. 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. Auto van when attacks, if it's the second battle of that turn or more. Counterblast 1, soul blast 1, and stand one of your rear guards. This is mainly the Vanguard ride target. Honestly, that's the case, but able to restand during your grade 2 turn. And auto rear when attacks, if it's the first battle of that turn or more. Counterblast 1, stand it. Yeah, we have 2 cards that activate on first attack, and technically 3 if you count Tidal Assault. The best position to get them all is in at 3. But this is 1, to increase your chances of restanding, and 2, only 2 of them actually get shut down if they don't go first. But also, 1, we need a ride target, and 2, he does actually pull his weight a lot, genuinely speaking. Algos is always a good backup to have, 3 of. And then what is technically our main grade 2, but, I'd say it belongs to any of these fuckers, really. This is more of a backup grade 2. Honestly, this is your ride target because I rode it and then I never called it because these fuckers were far more useful than she was. Blue Wave Marine General Cuteria. I'm not saying she's not useful. I'm just saying they were far more useful in the situation. 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. Auto van rear when attacked. Soul blast 1, choose one of your units, and it gets +5 for the turn. If this is on van, it's the third battle that turn or more. Draw a card. So basically, if it goes third, +5 to one of, well, guaranteed, it +5 to one of your units if you soul blast, and then if you went third and it's on van, you draw a card. So yeah, ride this on van and then just call 2 of these out of all these 5 cards. You have 5 cards and you only need to call 2 of them. What are the chances you're not going to see any of them? That is genuinely what I need to ask you right now, because I'd be damned if you didn't see any of them. So yeah, run this as a ride target. That's the sad part. This is the ride target of the deck. And you're not meant to call it 4 of. On to grade 3s, we run 2 copies of Steel Whip of Turbulence Gheorghe. If that's how I pronounce it. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, please tell me. 12k base, grade 3 twin drive Excel gift. I don't know why, but this thing looks like a double rare to me, even though he's a common. Auto rear, once per turn, when it attacks, stand one of your back row rear guards. So, you know, a way to get more boosters out of it, I guess, which is really nice. It could benefit from Wheel Assault because, you know, you could boost it with Wheel Assault and then use Wheel Assault skill, use this thing skill and restand one of your units, and then use Wheel Assault skill, swap it, and the unit you just stood, boom, got more attacks out of it. Really nice. But, act van once per turn, counterblast 1, soul blast 1, choose one of your opponent's vanguards, and they lose 5k for the turn. Okay, not the worst thing to have on van either, because, you know, counterblast 1, soul blast 1, they're losing 5. You're making it harder for them to guard, and especially in this rush deck that can somewhat get shut down by triggers. So, I mean, like every rush deck, but still, I'd say that's a really good backup grade 3 to have 2 of. I mean, yeah, it's at 2 because these fuckers are far more important than he is, but yeah, if you have to ride this, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna grade lock myself just so I can get Tetra-drive out because I love Tetra-drive, but yeah, still ride it if you have the chance. In our last unit, in our main grade 3, 4 copies of Blue Wave Dragon, Tetra-drive Dragon. I like the dual guns. I like his art here. It's really nice. I like the small little typhoon, or not the typhoon, but like I'm not sure what to call that actually. Like, I guess the middle of the ocean with the dragon emerging with 2 guns firing at you or getting ready to fire. Really nice looking. 12k base, grade 3, twin drive, Excel good. Act, van or rear, counterblast 1, it gets +2 for the turn. Why did they have to keep that? That was the old skill Tetra-drive. Why did they have to keep that? They could have given it anything else. Even if it was like Steel Maelstrom's ability, counterblast 1 +3 to front row, or counterblast 1 +2 to front row. I'm pretty sure Maelstroms are once per turn. They could have made this like +2k and not make it a once per turn like they did here and just allow it for front row. But no, had to be Vanguard restrictive. I understand why, like, it can hit force numbers on its own, but like, no, like, I've been fine. I forgot to use the skill multiple times, and I was still able to hit a force number Vanguard because I was trigger sacking like there was no tomorrow. But also, boosting's a thing, fuckers. So, yeah, that's something to remember. And this guy who could just restand my booster. So, really nice. Anyways, Auto Van, the ability that we're all here for. At the end of the battle that your rear guard attacked, perform one of the following depending on what number of battles that unit attacked this turn. 4th battle, discard 2, stand it and lose a drive. Here's how you attack. This, or this goes first. Restand them. Swing with this. Hope to see triggers. Regardless of what happens. Swing with this, or this. Sorry, not this one. Or this. And then after that, swing with the other one. Because that's already 4 attacks. Skill this boy. Discard the 2. Restand it. Drive -1. Okay. 12k base. Probably 1 drive. That's fine. Swing with this. 5 attacks. Okay. Then swing with this boy because he goes off now. 6 attacks. You probably still have a unit still standing, especially if this was on board. So 7 attacks. Really easy to hit. And then skill. Counterblast 1. Discard 1 if you've hit 7 attacks this turn. Stand it. No drive minus. Yeah. You can do this on first grade 3 turn. I have. And Monolith remembers it because let's just say this. I held nothing back. I held nothing back. I made sure that I was going to kill him that turn. So, yeah, Tetra-drive, nice grade 3, feel the onslaught of the ocean. That's what I'm going to call this, Onslaught of the Ocean. Yeah, fuck Onslaught of Dragon Souls. This is Onslaught of the Ocean now, bitches. But yeah, 4 copies of Tetra-drive, nice grade 3. Excel gifts, we run 5 Excel 1s, 5 Excel 2s. You're not going to write that much, I guess. Excel 1, well, both of them, when they're acquired, they get put to a new front or rear guard circle, and here's where the difference comes. The unit on the Excel 1 gets plus 10 during your turn, and Excel 2 allows you to draw when you place the gift, and then the unit on it gets plus 5k, basically allowing you to almost every time have a unit at the ready, which is really nice, instead of this one where it can get more power, but if you don't have a unit, it's useless. And they both go, you place it on the left first, then the right first, and then afterwards you keep alternating between the two. That is a genuine rule thing, by the way, so make sure you remember that. So yeah, I personally go with Excel 2. If you want to go with Excel 1, I see no problem. It's an easier way to kill them, and faster way probably, but I like Excel 2, you know, situation purposes, and, you know, to get the hand cards, and I'm constantly calling down the rear, especially if they're playing a nuke deck. If they're playing a nuke deck, go Excel 2, but if you bring them to 4 damage before grade 3, go Excel 1, just finish them off, punish them for thinking that they're capable of beating the OG dragon of Restanding Hell. Punish them. They don't deserve mercy. They thought they could win. That was their mistake. Make them learn from their errors. And then our quick shield and 1 of each tactics plus 5 for the battle. Nothing too special about it, just a blitz order. It's a 5k shield, typically discard fodder. In this deck you actually use it, but it's nothing important. And that was the deck. Before I finish up, I just want to say thank you to Mandala for giving me the idea to put this here. So go shout him out in the comments, go say thank you, whatever you want to do. Thank you, Mandala. Anyways, that's the end of the video. This is a really fun deck. I swear to you. Like, I say all of them because I do actually find them all fun, but this one is top 5. Like, when I first started V, I didn't really think I was going to like it that much, and I didn't really like it at first. I bought, like, all the trial decks at the very start, and Aqua Force was the most... It was the one I had both the most trouble with and the least trouble with because triggers would always come back to fuck me at some point. But, yeah. Nowadays, whoo, this thing, 10 attacks, first grade 3 turn, without restrictions. And you only need, like, 2 soul and 2 counter blasts and 3 hand cards. Yeah, your opponent is gonna hate you, especially if they don't pull damage. If they don't pull damage, they're fucked. Like, if you see this coming... Pull damage. I don't care what voodoo magic you have to do. If you're playing against us, pull damage. That's it for the deck. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, donate to the Patreon, join the Discord, follow the Twitch, and I'll see you on the next one. Number 2, stand up, your vanguards.